Nerd Scum here, and that is what happens when I enjoy a book. As you can obviously see, today we are going through Edge of Venomverse number 5, featuring Deadpool, and as of yet, this is my favorite of the Edge of Venomverse books that have come out. Let's go ahead and jump in and find out why. Alright guys, so this issue is done by Chapman and Stucco? Either way, I'm sorry for mispronouncing that name. So, on both counts, from both the artist and the writer, they give a pretty decent job. We have a pretty decent little opening here where Deadpool's just screwing around, telling you different lies about his origin, but he's like, you know how it happened. So then we get into the main story where we see this cool little alien thing turns out to be a weird worm in an apple, and Deadpool is on a job looking for this scientist guy. He's actually like a cryptozoologist type. And then inside the lab, he encounters these kind of alien host-infected dudes, and he just starts doing what Deadpool does, and he goes to work. Starts slicing them up. Again, like, the art from Stucco, which is how I'm going to say it, even though I know I'm wrong, is very interesting. I know his work from Alien Dead Orbit, and I know he did another book about orcs that I've heard a lot about, but haven't actually seen before. And his art style is very interesting, seemingly combining like bits and pieces of standard comic book style with kind of a manga anime style, as well as like elements of like French New Wave and postmodernism mixed in. I do have to say that on this particular book, I'm not as fond of the coloring as I have been in some of his previous work, but overall the artwork is really solid. So, we also get a couple of nice little, like, John Carpenter's The Thing references in here. And then, like in the last one with Logan, there's actually a bit of story that leads up and we see him get the symbiote. Unlike the previous ones, which were just like, we don't really care. The character has the symbiote, move on. But anyway, in this lab, he then sees the symbiote. And we get this fun little, where he mirrors the sound of silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend, I've come to bond with you again. And then he punches the glass and becomes Venompool, which is dope. And again, like, there's not actually a lot of plot going on. Most of it is just kind of fun hijinks. Lots of action. Deadpool pretty much cleans this up pretty well. And then he heads off because they find out that these parasites that were in this lab are also being used as, like, transplants for people. So like people are getting these weird parasitic hearts and lungs which will help them live longer, but there's surely some nefarious plan. And then of course as soon as Deadpool shows up, the parasite flips out and we see what they're really capable of. They just start forming into like this crazy super parasite, and it spreads all throughout the hospital. And again, you actually get this cool moment where Deadpool is actually overwhelmed a bit, and you see the parasites actually take him, and as they, like, infect his heart and his brain and various things, you just kind of get the little cartoon Deadpool doing his thing over there. And then this is really dope. As he's doing his thing, all of a sudden you start to see the black of the symbiote stream in and start attacking the areas of the body where the parasites have taken hold. And then as this is going on in here, you start to see a little more shadow moving in, and then all of a sudden the symbiote black goo grabs the little mental construct of Deadpool and brings him back into the real world. And that is just totally dope. And then of course this nurse who's under attack and sees all this, pretty much, like, she flips out and attacks Deadpool, Venompool, whatever. His arm starts, like, trying to run away and stuff. He just attaches it because he's got the symbiote and he's Deadpool. But anyway, like, after taking care of that, he's like, what else good can I do? So he delivers a baby to a frightened woman. He tries to make some balloon animals out of the parasites for some very unhappy kids. So on and so forth, and then he just kind of, he's very, what's it say? Saving lives, inspiring minds. Our work here is done. So then he busts out the window, and he's cruising through the city, and then we get that black symbiote portal that we've got in all the previous issues, which then, warps him to another dimension, where he encounters the same thing we've encountered at the end of all these stories, but the difference is he looks frickin' cool this time. Yeah, they've used this character at the end of almost every Edge of Venomverse. It's the Captain America Venom, but this is the first time they've given him the teeth. This is the first time they've given him, like, the cool Venom-style A. Like, before, it's always been a very Captain America A. And I like the way that this one does actually kind of insinuate some kind of alien eyes underneath that. And in general, just that is the first time that character has looked cool. And then Deadpool looks cool next to him. It's just a dope page that then will be continued, as all the others have said, in Edge of Venomverse. Who is Caramel? Who is Caramel? Anyway, so yeah, guys, that is Edge of Venomverse number 5, and it was pretty dope. Right on, guys, Edge of Venomverse number 5 with Deadpool. I really enjoyed this book. It's definitely my favorite so far out of the Edge of Venomverse books, and it gives me a little bit more hope as we go into the main series coming up. But what did you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments. Give me a like if you like this video. Share it with some friends. And I will see you guys later. Nerds come out.